What's up, family? Trail here, and I have some shocking news to share with you today. Sadly to report, but there was another mass shooting that happened on Friday. Shockingly, it was at a funeral. In addition to that, we have some good information regarding Americans who rent where they live. It appears that rent prices are finally coming back down once again, which will give some Americans relief as inflation prices continue to soar. And last but not least, millions of Americans are not paying their taxes to the IRS, and they are cracking down on this upcoming year. Find out exactly how much Americans owe and whether or not they will actually pay up. And last but not least, we want to discuss the possibility of some $3,600 child tax credits. I've got the details to share with you today, but in the meantime, you already know what to do. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, as well as hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. But anyways, let's start with the video. Well, guys, let's start this video off in regards to the House Speaker for the country, which is Nancy Pelosi. Her husband was attacked at their home, and this happened on Friday morning. Yes, guys, it was a very vicious attack, and I believe that this particular attacker was looking for Nancy Pelosi, in which he was calling out Nancy's name while breaking into the home. But anyways, he ended up attacking Paul Pelosi with a hammer, and yes, guys, it was pretty brutal, and pretty much Paul Pelosi, he had to go ahead and have surgery on his skull. Apparently, he was hit with the hammer by the attacker, in which sent him to the hospital to have immediate emergency surgery, guys. And yes, they are saying that he is recovering right now, so we definitely want to keep him in our prayers. But what do we know about this particular attacker, guys? Well, his name is David DePape. I don't know how to say that name, but anyways, here is a picture of him. He is 42 years old, and he lives in Berkeley, California. He actually grew up in Canada, and as well as in Powell River, British Columbia, according to CNN. Now, they're saying that from his family members, they have pretty much distanced themselves from him because of his personal mental issues that he is going through. And the family put out a statement and said that they're putting Pelosi and her family in their prayers right now. And they've pretty much distanced themselves from this particular attacker because of his beliefs in regards to things that are going on in this country. In which, guys, I'll just let you know that he was participating in some of the things that we previously noted with the former president in regards to some conspiracy theories, as well as he is a member of QAnon, I believe. So anyways, guys, I don't know necessarily exactly how that plays a part in this particular attack, but like I said, we do want to keep Nancy Pelosi, especially her husband, as well as the family, in our prayers in the meantime. We also ended up hearing from the former Vice President, Mike Pence, in which he put out a statement in regards to this particular attack. And yes, Pence said on the attack said that, look, this is an outrage. Yes, the former Vice President Mike Pence said on Friday that he is condemning the attack on the Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband at the couple's San Francisco home. He said in a statement that, look, this is an outrage, and our hearts are with the entire Pelosi's family. We pray Paul will make a full recovery. This is what Pence tweeted. And he also said that, look, there can be no tolerance for violence against public officials or their families. This man should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. So yes, guys, it is definitely exciting to see the former vice president stand up and say something about this vicious attack. We also heard from some other leaders, such as the former president Barack Obama, as well as the current president, President Biden, and some other leaders as well. But one person we have not heard anything in regards to this particular attack is the former president, Donald Trump. So we don't necessarily know whether or not he's going to say anything in regards to this. But anyways, guys, keep them in your prayers in the meantime. But moving on, guys, hey, we do have another mass shooting that just happened on Friday, in which 6 people were injured from a targeted shooting right outside of Pittsburgh church during an actual funeral. can you believe it, guys? It is just getting worse and worse. But anyways, guys, at least 6 people were shot in Pittsburgh early Friday afternoon while attending a funeral for a 20-year-old man who had recently been shot and killed, according to the police commander. And yes, guys, 2 people have been detained in connection with the shooting, authorities said late on Friday. And all 6 of the victims are in stable condition after the attack that Ford called a targeted shooting. So anyways, guys, we'll also want to keep those particular victims in our prayers, as well as the families that were attending this funeral for this particular 20-year-old who lost his life. But anyways, moving on, guys, we do have a bit of good news for those individuals that are renting in the United States right now, because recently we have saw rent prices skyrocketing, going up as much as 40% in 1 month. But the good news is that according to insider.com, they're saying that rents are starting to fall across the country. And yes, guys, they're saying that they're set to drop even more next year in 2023. They're saying that some renters are already signing some cheaper leases across the country, and they could drop even further next year as demand slows down and the number of available apartments ramps up. Prices are going down. Also, guys, falling rents could ease inflation as well as make a severe recession less likely. That would be some good news, guys. But I do think that nothing can pretty much stop this recession that is about to happen, especially as the buying continues to go up. And the Fed chairman has said that he is going to continue to raise interest rates until the inflation comes back down again. So again, guys, we are in store for more pain in the near future, later this year, as well as in next year of 2023. We are going to receive more pain, according to the Fed chairman, Jerome Powell, and things are going to continue to get a little bit rough, guys, before things get better. Moving on, guys. Hey, Europe. They're saying that they're running out of gasoline, diesel gasoline to be exact. Yes, guys, they are having a diesel crisis right now in Europe, and it is continuing to heat up as well, with parts of Europe starting to run out of diesel fuel. And yes, guys, they said in a statement that we are running out of middle distillants in some European countries, and adding that high diesel prices could be on the horizon. And yes, guys, they have also put out a statement that said, look, they only have about 25 days of a supply of diesel fuel right now. But the good news is that more fuel is on the way. So guys, will this actually happen to the United States? We don't know as of yet, but right now it appears that it is only affecting Europe. And maybe that is because Europe pretty much gets a lot of their fuel directly from Russia, in which we all know that the invasion of Ukraine right now is going on, which is causing a slowage of producing gasoline as well as increased prices. So this could be a direct result of the war in Ukraine by Russia. But moving on, guys, hey, according to the new data that is coming out by the IRS, they are saying that more Americans are owing billions of dollars in taxes to the IRS. Yes, it says right here that the IRS has been missing out on $500 billion, that is with a B, in taxes that is owed annually. And the gap between what's owed and paid is projected to even get much bigger. Yes, guys, according to the statement, it says that over the next decade, the agency will have an extra $80 billion for enforcement, customer service, and operational upgrades, with the bulk of enforcement efforts to targeting rich taxpayers as well as corporations. But anyways, guys, after compliance efforts, including some audits and late payments, the estimated yearly gap in those years narrowed to around $428 billion, according to researchers. And yes, the agency is set to have a lot more money to spend, including on enforcement, largely targeting tax receipts from corporations and wealthy households. Over the next decade, the IRS will have an additional $80 billion for this particular enforcement, as well as customer service, as well as operational upgrades to go after these particular individuals that continue to avoid paying their taxes to the IRS. Now, in a statement, it said that from 2011 to 2013, the agency noted that the estimated yearly gap was around $438 billion. When the IRS pressed the taxpayers to pay their full tab, the gap narrowed to around $380 billion. And now the recent data is showing that it is pretty much near $500 billion. So again, guys, you want to be prepared. If you are one of those millionaires out there watching this channel right now, you want to make sure that you have everything in line, because the IRS might be coming for you. But anyways, guys, moving on to some stimulus update news, guys, we do have a bit of information in regards to some new optimism in relation to some new child tax credits, some monthly checks that could be approved here very soon. According to this article, it says that there's some new optimism for the $300 monthly child tax credits that can be renewed in a latest Congress bill. And according to this article, it says that the monthly child tax credit payments of up to $300 per child ended back last year in December of 2021, and they are still trying to reinforce it sometime this year. But so far, it keeps getting pushed down by different lawmakers in Congress. But again, guys, they are continuing to work on this, and hopefully they will get this particular bill that is going to include these once again. They are hoping that they get this thing passed so that Americans can actually receive these monthly child tax credits next year. And they are saying that while the past efforts to renew the policy fell apart, there's new optimism, something that could come together very soon. And advocates are hoping that an enhanced child tax credit can be included in a year-end deal that would include corporate tax breaks. So like I said, guys, they are still working to get this thing done. And previously they talked about it during the American Rescue Act plan, but unfortunately they were unable to get that thing included in that particular bill. But they're still trying to work on it, guys. So hopefully, guys, we'll continue to keep our fingers crossed in the meantime. And we are hoping that Congress figures out a way sometime this year after the midterm elections to go ahead and get a new bill passed that is going to include some corporate tax breaks for the Republicans, as well as some monthly child tax credits for the Democrats. We're hoping that they come together and get this bill passed, because Americans are still struggling right now, guys, especially as the inflation continues to soar. But anyways, guys, that is all I have for you today, and I hope this information was helpful to you today. Well, guys, anyways, hey, that's all I have for you today. But feel free to check down below. There are some interesting links that is going to save you some money, as well as put money into your pocket. Free money, free cash, 12 free stocks. Yes, guys, if you're interested, those links will be down below. But anyways, hey, if you enjoyed this content today and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.